Imagine you're standing at a big crossroads in your life with lots of options ahead. Now think about having a special guidebook with 60 keys to unlock your full potential. But here's the exciting part. This isn't just another talk about Stoicism. It's like going on a thrilling adventure, discovering new truths about yourself along the way. And here's the twist. You're not just listening, you're part of the action. Each principle we talk about will help you understand yourself better and see the world in a whole new light. So are you ready to take control of your life? Let's dive in and start this exciting journey together. Principle number 1. Focus on what you can control. Epicus and other Stoic figures encourage us to concentrate deeply on the idea of control in our lives. Cognitive science lends credence to this idea by showing that worrying about the uncontrollable all the time can result in elevated levels of stress and anxiety. Epicus imparted a valuable lesson to us when he said, "Do not expect events to happen as you wish, accept them as they occur." This suggests that rather than resisting life's inevitable trends, we should accept them and concentrate on the decisions and acts that are within our purview. Principle number 2. Follow your moral compass. The cultivation of personal values is linked to greater life satisfaction, as the cornerstone of a fulfilling life, positive psychology illustrates. Seneca offers us a thought-provoking quote, "The wise man is content to be wise, no more, no less." This quote highlights the significance of leading a genuine life that is based on our own principles, as opposed to pursuing acceptance from others. Principle number 3. Stay disciplined. The epic reminds us of the importance of self-control, which states that self-control is a necessary component of self-transcendence. This theory is supported by contemporary psychology, which shows that self-control and success in life are related. Its thesis is that no one is free whose mind is not as a master, would have us see how, if left unchecked, our passions and desires can restrict our freedom. Self-control releases us from the bonds of our impulsive cravings. Principle number 4. Understand life's impermanence. Think about how fleeting life is. The psychology of wisdom validates this viewpoint by demonstrating that having a long-term perspective helps us worry less about trivial issues and sincerely cherish every moment, as the wise emperor advised us. This statement asks us to recognize that what we see is a viewpoint and not the reality. Principle number 5. Practice empathy. The Stoics promoted empathy as a fundamental virtue of wholesome human connections. This theory is supported by contemporary social psychology, which shows that empathy improves the caliber of our social relationships and our sense of fulfillment in life. Epictetus asks us to put ourselves in other people's shoes, stating that while we cannot control what other people think of us, we can manage how we act, react, and respond to them. By developing empathy, we can become more empathetic people who are more aware of their surroundings. Principle number 6. Use positive communication. The Stoics believed that harmony and better relationships could be achieved via constructive conversation. The psychology of interpersonal communication emphasizes how healthy relationships are formed via positive communication. It is encouraged to practice positive communication if you want to be loved and have more fulfilling partnerships. Principle number 7. Respect differences. The psychology of diversity highlights how tolerance and respect for differences promote peaceful cooperation, and Epicus recommended that the Stoics campaign for the respectful acceptance of individual variations. Say to yourself first what kind of person you would be, then take the necessary action. By embracing diversity, we can create more inclusive communities and improve our interpersonal relationships. Principle number 8. Practice thankfulness. Gratitude is a key component of Stoicism, and positive psychology highlights the ways in which cultivating appreciation enhances life pleasure. Marcus Aurelius said to consider how fortunate you are to be alive when you wake up in the morning. Principle number 9. Stay patient in learning. Stoicism promotes the virtue of patience in the search for information. By practicing thankfulness, we can find delight in the simple things in life and appreciate what we have. The psychology of learning emphasizes how tenacity in gaining knowledge promotes greater intellectual development. Seneca said that rather than saying we only have a limited amount of time, we waste a lot of it. Principle number 10, show empathy. Practicing patience in the pursuit of knowledge enables us to thoroughly examine concepts and viewpoints. The Stoics regarded compassion for others as a way to build community and connections. Empathy psychology demonstrates how placing ourselves in other people's shoes enhances our social relationships. Seneca suggested, "Man is precious to man." Empathy training facilitates the development of stronger, more meaningful relationships. Principle number 11, train your mind. Stoicism's central idea is mental discipline, or the cultivation of a disciplined mind. There is evidence from cognitive psychology that mental self-regulation is important. Epicus said that you're a slave to forces beyond your control. In order to live a more balanced and mindful life, mental discipline helps us break free from harmful ideas and behaviors. For instance, in difficult situations, mental discipline enables us to remain composed, reasonable, and focused, rather than giving in to negative thoughts or emotions. This self-control results in a happier and more peaceful life. Principle number 12, learn from challenges. Struggles serve as a teacher for Stoics. Adversity was viewed by Marcus Aurelius as a chance for progress, and understanding the psychology of post-traumatic recovery demonstrates how overcoming obstacles can increase resilience and wisdom. Even in the face of adversity, we can grow and learn more about ourselves. For example, if you are having trouble studying or preparing for an exam, instead of reacting with fear or avoidance, you see the situation as a chance to learn and grow. By conquering obstacles, you become more resilient and gain a better understanding of your strengths. Principle number 13, make thoughtful choices. The psychology of decision-making emphasizes how deliberate decisions can result in more satisfying outcomes. The Stoics emphasize that conscious decision-making is vital for a meaningful life. Epictetus suggested, say to yourself first what kind of person you would be, then take the necessary action. Making deliberate decisions through practice enables us to live in accordance with our principles and objectives. By deciding to learn a new language in order to broaden your horizons and enhance your comprehension, you are creating a roadmap for a meaningful life and taking the required steps to achieve it. Principle number 14, live by your values. Living by our beliefs leads to greater personal pleasure, according to the psychology of morality, which the Stoics believe to be the key to an ethical and meaningful existence. Instead of reacting angrily to a stressful situation, choose to exercise patience and control over your emotions. This allows you to solve problems more maturely and sustain good working relationships with colleagues. By practicing patience as a virtue, you also find personal fulfillment and a more genuine way of living. Principle number 15, choose wisely. Select the appropriate response. Viktor Frankl showed us that even when faced with obstacles, we still have the ability to choose how we respond. He said that even in difficult situations, we have the power to choose how we react. This principle reminds us that even in these situations, we have the ability to choose how we react. By using this power, we can change how we feel. Principle number 16, keep it simple. Experience life with simplicity. The Stoics, like Seneca, embrace simplicity as a means of achieving inner peace. Studies on minimalism demonstrate that fewer possessions can result in greater contentment and mental clarity. According to Seneca, the reason we don't brave things isn't because they are tough. Rather, it's because we don't dare that they are difficult. Simplifying our lives relieves us of needless stress and allows us to concentrate on what really counts. As life gets easier, you'll have more time and mental flexibility to enjoy the more meaningful and practical parts of everyday life. Cut back on furnishings and needless items in your house. Principle number 18, be adaptable, adapt to change. Epictetus encourages us to be brave in changing what we can and to accept what we cannot. This idea is supported by an optimistic outlook on change. Epictetus once said that how you respond to something doesn't matter as much as what happens to you. That matters, so that we can approach life with greater resilience and control over our circumstances by altering our viewpoint and course of action. Principle number 19. Consider your options. In a challenging situation, resolve to concentrate on honing your abilities and responses. In this way, you promote constructive change and gain control over your life. Recognize that the present moment is an opportunity to satisfy a desire or exercise self-control and patience, enabling you to accomplish worthwhile and enduring objectives. For example, instead of impulsively buying an expensive item, create a savings plan. When you eventually reach your savings target, you can enjoy the item with pride because you were able to wait patiently, making the experience fulfilling and self-rewarding. Principle number 20. Build resilience. Emphasize resilience. The power of resilience was emphasized by Stoic thinkers and has been thoroughly researched in positive psychology. Marcus Aurelius says that the best form of retaliation is to change from the one who committed the injustice. Developing patience enables us to approach obstacles adaptably. Stoic thinkers place strong importance on the present moment. According to mindfulness psychology, as Marcus Aurelius once stated, living in the present enhances happiness. Cherish and maximize the present moment, acknowledging that the past cannot be changed and the future is uncertain. Principle number 21. Delay instant gratification. Delay gratification to achieve long-term goals. Psychology demonstrates how postponing pleasure might increase contentment over the long haul. By exercising patience, we can overcome obstacles and develop resilience rather than limiting ourselves to immediate desires. Constant self-assessment is the second principle to be considered. Stoic philosophers support ongoing introspection as a means of fostering personal growth. Awareness of oneself and advancing toward moral objectives can be achieved by self-evaluation. Principle number 22. Be kind to yourself. Stoic philosophers promote self-compassion in accordance with self-compassion psychology. Seneca tells us that the person who never experiences hardship is the most unlucky of all. When we practice self-compassion, we can be kind and understanding to ourselves, especially in difficult situations. Rather than criticizing or pressuring ourselves to change, we can listen and offer emotional support, fostering trustworthy relationships and demonstrating kindness and understanding to others in similar circumstances. Principle number 23. Keep learning. Recognize the significance of lifelong learning. One of the main tenets of Stoic philosophy is the pursuit of wisdom and knowledge throughout one's life. Keeping an open mind to new concepts and experiences promotes personal development and maturation. Epictetus offers guidance. If you can't teach, learn. If you can't write, write. If you can't reflect. Effective communication is another crucial principle. Principle number 24. Communicate effectively. Good communication is essential. The Stoics highlighted the need for clarity and empathy in strengthening bonds and averting misunderstandings. Epicurus gave sage advice. Talk about what makes quiet more beautiful. Our relationships improve when we communicate with mindfulness and empathy, fostering understanding, constructive interactions, and strong bonds between people. This also molds good communication, aiding in achieving shared objectives. Disengagement from results is another principle that Stoicism champions. Principle 25. Let go of outcomes. In psychology, detachment from results is a potent way to reduce pain and worry. When we are detached, we focus on the process instead of the outcome, increasing our level of personal satisfaction. The quote from Marcus Aurelius counsels, "Do not expect the fruits to be more than the labor," emphasizing how important it is to use this strategy. We can find peace in the act itself when we are detached from worrying about the unpredictable. Consider yourself preparing for a crucial task. Instead of fixating on the outcome, concentrate on practicing and preparing as much as you can. This will help you feel more accomplished and confident, improving your performance. Principle 26. Take care of your body. The Stoics placed great emphasis on physical self-discipline. Self-control emerges as a pillar of well-being, emphasizing how maintaining healthy habits can enhance our quality of life. Epicurus advised, "The body is the prison of the soul." By practicing physical self-discipline, which includes exercise and a balanced diet, we nurture our health and emotional well-being, fostering a positive mindset. Principle 27. Act with honesty. Honesty in behavior carries moral weight. Morality plays a vital role in the values of Stoicism, highlighting the need for acting in accordance with our values to foster personal fulfillment. Epictetus said, "A man's life is colored by the color of his imagination." By acting with integrity, we can live in accordance with our values, cultivating a favorable self-concept. You exhibit sincerity in action when you pledge to perform your work to the best of your ability, even when no one else can see it. This helps you sustain your good self-image and self-esteem without needing approval from others. Principle 28. Be mindful daily. Stoicism promoted the value of consciousness in day-to-day activities. Mindfulness in our daily lives arises as a transformative technique that improves well-being and lowers stress. It's advisable to exercise extreme caution when washing your hands, eating, and lying down to sleep. Putting mindfulness into practice daily reveals beauty and meaning in the little things, making life more meaningful. For example, when you wash your hands, you can feel the warm water and the soft soap. This small act of mindfulness serves as a reminder to be fully present in each daily task. Stoic philosophy encourages us to savor these little things. Principle 29. Manage your time. Having a productive and meaningful life depends in large part on effective time management. The Stoic philosophy places a strong emphasis on time management, stating that preparation and organization can boost productivity and lower stress. According to Marcus Aurelius, time management skills help us make the most of one of our most valuable resources, time, so that we can accomplish our goals and have more fulfilled lives. Making the most of your time when reading about resistance training and creating personal objectives is possible with preparation and organization. This contributes to making life more bearable and lowering needless stress. Principle 30. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a fundamental aspect of Stoicism, and positive psychology highlights the ways in which cultivating appreciation enhances life pleasure. Marcus Aurelius said to consider how fortunate you are to be alive when you wake up in the morning. By practicing gratitude, we acknowledge the blessings in our lives and cultivate a positive outlook. It reminds us to focus on what we have rather than what we lack, leading to greater contentment and fulfillment.